everybody, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 2404, and today's date is February 14th, 2021, and the title of the episode is Trump led the central bank down his economic path to destroy them. Think digital and gold. Let's talk about investing. With new technology and everything that we see now in infrastructure plans, we can see the use of silver is going to soar. But we don't have enough silver to cover the demand. They said it would take about 5.62 million tons of silver to meet all our energy needs. The world's current known official silver reserves that can be assumed to be recoverable from mines is estimated to be less than 600,000 tons. And that's good for investors and the price of silver. If you're thinking of an IRA or 401k, now's the time to look at silver. And this month, with every gold or silver IRA, they're giving away one of these incredible 5-ounce solid silver Apollo 11 memento coins with every silver IRA that's started. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com right now and find out more about future-proofing your investments. That is noblegoldinvestments.com, or click the link in the description. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, we know that Trump, the Patriots, their entire goal is to destroy the deep state, the central bank, the mainstream media, the entire system that they created. And it took them a very long time to create this. And we know that the central bank, well, it all started with them. The private Western Central Bank back in 1913. Since that time, they've gaining more and more power as time went on. They created the IMF. They created the BIZ, the ECB, all the way up to the Rothschild Bank. Trump, the Patriots, and other leaders, they knew they were going to need to bring the entire system down. But how do you do this, and how do you do it while protecting the people? And while you're doing this, how do you make sure the private Western Central Bank, those in power, don't realize what's going on until it's too late? This is a very difficult plan because we know what the private Western Central Bank would do. They would fight to the very end. They would try to destroy the system. They would just try to destroy people. Look what happened back in the Great Depression. They didn't care what happened back then. They were trying to reach a certain agenda. Look what happened in 2008, 2009, during the Great Recession. They didn't care how many people lost their houses. They didn't care how many people lost their jobs. They didn't care how many people lost their investments. It made no difference to them because they were on a certain trajectory. They were on a certain path to fulfill the agenda that they started out with, and that is to bring everyone to the next system. And to bring everyone to the next system, it didn't matter how they were going to get there. Well, we know they were going to try to use war, because how else do you cover up the implosion of a private Western Central Bank system? Trump robbed them of all of this. Now, let's think about what Trump has done here. During his presidency, he knew he had to play within the central bank illusion. Yes, it is an illusion. The illusion is made up of interest rates, which they control. The illusion is made up of the stock market, which they control. The illusion is made up with the manipulated numbers like unemployment, which they control. The illusion is made up with the creation of currency, where the government borrows this currency with interest attached. Yes, this is controlled. This was the illusion that Trump had to play within. And he used it to his advantage, but not in the way we think. Not in the way that the central bank thought he was going to use the system. Yes, he started to undo the regulations. Yes, he started to remove taxes. Yes, he started to renegotiate the trade deals. Yes, he placed tariffs on certain countries, giving the people a taste of what it's like to have an economic system that is vibrant, even though he had to play within the private Western Central Bank system. But I do believe this was part of the distraction because he knew that he needed to do this to bring in what he really wanted to bring in, the new economic system. He needed to bring in the new economic system where it was controlled by we the people, not by the private Western Central Bank. He knew he needed to bring in this new system where people wouldn't be hurt, their investments wouldn't be lost. Because if the private Western Central Bank had it their way, and just like they want to do, they have the Great Reset, it's on deck here. They want to bring us into the Great Reset. They don't care if the system implodes. They don't care if people lose everything that's in the bank. They don't care if you lose your house. This is self-evident. Look what happened back in 2009. Look what happened during the Great Depression. Actually, look what happened throughout time. They don't care if people have jobs. Remember, their goal is control. That's it. Trump, the Patriots, their control is completely different. Now, think about everything that we just said and what Trump was doing here. Yes, he wants manufacturing back in this country. Yes, he wants the regulations gone. Yes, he wants the taxes gone. And he played within their illusion. In the meantime, he was working on something else. In the meantime, he was preparing the next economic system. And it starts with the creation of currency. I'm going to be talking about that in just a sec. But we can see that Biden right now, and this is what he wanted everyone to see. He wanted everyone in this country to see how the private Western Central Bank, how the deep state, how they will push hard to get where they want to go. They will undo everything that Trump has done. It doesn't matter if they hurt jobs during a pandemic. It doesn't matter if people's lives are ruined. You can see it right now. Why would Biden, and actually it wasn't really him, it was the people that are controlling him. Why would he decide to remove jobs right now? Why would he destroy the jobs right now during a dark winter, during a time when people are struggling? Because they're trying to reverse everything that Trump did so they can get back on track. They don't care how many people they hurt. Trump, he wanted everyone to see this. Remember, he accelerated their plan. We also know that they're waiting for big payoffs. I'm talking about the people that shut down their states. They wouldn't let the economies open. We can see with Fauci right now, he's out there saying, yeah, the schools can open, but we need that stimulus bill. It needs to pass before the schools open. Now, the CDC is saying, listen, teachers don't even really have to get vaccinated to go back to school. Actually, you don't need the stimulus bill. You can just open up the schools. Children, they're fine. Teachers, they're fine. Like they said, wear your mask. You're protected. We know that masks don't work. But why are they waiting for this payoff? Because they were promised a payoff. Now, what's very interesting is they have the House and the Senate. Why don't they just pass everything? Well, that's right. They're too busy in trying to impeach Trump, which didn't work, which we'll be talking about a little bit later in the next report. But what we do know is that the people, they're starting to realize and they're starting to understand that Biden, the central bank that's behind all of this, the deep state that's behind all of this, they're not working for the people. They're working against the people. And people can see this very, very clearly. They see it like they've never seen it before. Actually, Dean Cain tweeted this out. Just filled up my truck, 20% more expensive. Thanks, Joe Biden. I'm sure folks won't mind getting crushed at the pump. Yes, people can see this. People understand this. Now, remember when Trump, and this was back in February 21st, 2019. He put out a tweet. Actually, it was two tweets that he put out. And it had to do with 5G and 6G. Yes, and I know people have problems with 5G and 6G. But there's a reason why Trump was moving in a certain direction here. Let's talk about investing. Take a look at this. A 5-ounce solid silver Apollo 11 coin like this could be yours, free. It's a silver month over at Noble Gold, and things are changing with this new administration. Renewables need solar panels, electric circuits, and lots of those other gizmos that use, you guessed it, silver. With a projected $2 trillion investment, there's never been a better time to profit from the future with your silver IRA. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Or click the link in the description. While trying to keep it on the down low, this is what he tweeted out first of all. I want 5G and even 6G technology in the United States as soon as possible. Why did he want this as soon as possible? What, to browse the internet? To get your email? So you can surf the web faster? So you won't have any lag time on your phone? No, that's not why he wanted it. Let me continue. It is far more powerful, faster, and smarter than the current standard. American company must step up their efforts or get left behind. There is no reason that we should be lagging behind on something that is so obviously the future. I want the United States to win through competition, not by blocking out currently more advanced technologies. We must always be the leader in everything we do, especially when it comes to the very exciting world of technology. Now, think about what he's saying here. Right now, people have no problem with 4G, the lightning speed. You can browse the web, you can get everything. Why does he want to bring us to the next level? This has to do with cryptocurrency. Remember, cryptocurrency, it's pretty much like the digital dollar right now. Yes, there's a blockchain involved. Yes, there's keys involved and wallets. Actually, if you think of a wallet, that's your bank account. If you think of the key, your address, I should say, that's your bank account number. It pretty much works the same way. You don't need to understand the inner workings, just like you don't understand the inner workings of the banking system and how they process the payments and how it goes through the databases and it gets applies to your account. Basically, it works the same way. Yes, they might have attached different names to it, but it's pretty much the same thing. Actually, the blockchain is much more secure than the banking system. Remember, it's a gigantic ledger. It's not centralized in one place. Can you change the blockchain? No. Yes, you can manipulate anything by having people purchase a lot of it or dump a lot of it. Yes, that is the case. You can do that. But when it's the currency, things change. And I think what Trump was doing behind the scenes is he was preparing the United States for this new currency. And it had to be seamless. It had to benefit the people. And it had to go against everything the private Western Central Bank believed in. What do they believe in? Centralization and control. And loaning that currency out with interest attached to keep countries in debt, to keep the people enslaved. The cryptocurrencies, they're created without interest attached. The cryptocurrencies are not controlled by the private Western Central Bank. Yes. Can the private Western Central Bank create their own? Yes. They can control it. Yes. But it's not really then a cryptocurrency living on a blockchain. It's a little bit different. So when you look at this, you can see that he was preparing the country so the people were going to benefit from this, and the private Western Central Bank was going to get weaker and weaker from this. And I know that Q says gold will destroy the private Western Central Bank system, and I think gold and silver still have a part in all of this. Gold, first of all, is a confidence booster. This is why countries around the world, even though there's fiat They still hold gold. There's a reason for this. It's a backstop. Even with cryptocurrencies, I still think countries are going to hold gold. Why? It's a backstop. It's like an insurance policy. So I do believe that gold and silver, they're still going to play a part in this. But as gold and silver and cryptocurrencies continually to rise, what happens? Well, it puts pressure on the fiat currencies around the world. More and more people look at cryptocurrencies. As more and more businesses, banks, move into cryptocurrencies or offer cryptocurrencies, so people can say, you know something, I want to charge something, but I might use the dollar or I might use cryptocurrency. If they choose cryptocurrency, they're no longer using the dollar. If more and more stores accept cryptocurrency, you're no longer using the dollar. How do you move people or transition them into a new system where the people are going to benefit as the cryptocurrency rises? And how do you transition them so it's not that difficult? Banks soon, they're going to be offering cryptocurrency, or they'll allow you to keep cryptocurrency in the account. Now, do you really need a bank for this? No. But think about all the people that have dollars in the bank. Can you take those dollars and move them into cryptocurrency? I'll give you an example. Let's say you just have $10,000 in the bank. And today, you would like to move the $10,000 and you would like to move it into Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Well, can you purchase one coin? No, because one coin right now I think is around $49,000. Because we're still in the middle of everything. That's why I'm saying it's related to the dollar right now. So it would cost you $49,000, which means the paper currency is losing value against Bitcoin. Same thing with gold and silver. So with the $10,000, you can buy a portion of Bitcoin. Not even half. Third. But then you have Bitcoin. So you have 10,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is at 49,000 right now. There are some reports that Bitcoin's going to go even higher. Let's say it goes up to 55,000. You have your funds in Bitcoin. You purchase 10,000. Well, that 10,000 is now worth more. Your purchasing power just got stronger. As more and more people see this, what do? They say, you know something, I want more of that Bitcoin. As more and more people say, you know what, I'm going fully into Bitcoin or half into Bitcoin, and I'm going to use it to purchase my cup of coffee because now Visa and MasterCard will accept it, which means every store is going to accept it. Everything starts to transition. Actually, what's very interesting is that the mainstream media put out an article, and it says, and this is back in January, Bitcoin emergence as digital gold. Digital gold. Yes, gold is going to destroy the private Western Central Bank. I think it's going to be gold, cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is the digital gold. It will destroy the bank, the central bank. Trump had them looking at what he did with regulations, had them looking at tariffs, had them looking at the pipeline, and they spent all this time trying to undo this. And in the meantime, all of a sudden, Bitcoin started to move up. Companies started to make moves to accept it at the right time. Now it's too late. There's nothing the private Western Central Bank can do at this point. Yes, can they try to stop it? Of course they can. How? Maybe with an event. But everything is in motion right now. And think about what he has done in the last 4 years. He played within their illusion. And over the 4 years, he was undoing everything they have put into place. And each time they felt pain. I can't believe he just did that. He just removed us from the Paris Climate Accord. Wait a minute, he just got rid of the WHO. Wait, he's making other countries pay, their fair share of NATO. He just placed tariffs on China. He just removed regulations. He just removed taxes. What is he doing here? We're going to have to take what he did and put it back to the way it was. He distracted them during this period of time because he knew that the only way forward was to move the people out of their system into a new system. And I do believe on our way. The Patriots are in control. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.